Hello and welcome to Edga's Kitchen. Today we are going to be making tomato and carrot rasam. Rasam is an integral part of every South Indian home. It's a thin consistency, spicy and tangy soup, and a must have with every meal. Every household in southern India has their own special recipe that they follow. Today I'm going to be teaching you my version of it. Look at the ingredients that we need before we start. I have here a cup of arhar or tuvar dal or kandipappu as we call it in Telugu that I have soaked for half an hour. I am going to be cooking in the pressure cooker with a pinch of turmeric and use just the water. Here I have a teaspoon of ghee that I am going to use for the tempering with these ingredients. I have a teaspoon of mustard seeds, a teaspoon of jeera, a couple of dried red chilies and 1/4 teaspoon of methi dana or fenugreek. Salt as per taste, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. I have some store-bought rasam powder here, a little bit of jaggery or sugar. We would also need some fresh coriander and curry leaves. I have a lemon-sized ball of chintapandu or tamarind that I have soaked and I'll be using the pulp. We have some carrots and some tomatoes that we are going to chop along with these two chilies. Let's start. Let's roughly chop 2 or 3 tomatoes here. You can also make rasam without the carrots, but once in a way it is nice to have extra nutrition. I'm going to chop 2 chilies and the carrots roughly. So we're just going to leave all this and cook it in the pressure cooker. I have my dal in the pressure cooker and I'm going to be adding a little turmeric to that. And now we'll add some water and place our vegetables on top of it. So I have my tomatoes, chilies and my carrots on the stove. Now I'm going to add a little water and then close the lid. We'll give it good 3 whistles so that the vegetables and dal are cooked to perfection. Okay, now we have the dal out of the cooker and this is the water that I got from the dal. I've separated it. I'm going to be using this dal for some other recipe later on, so just remove this and put it away. Now I have the tomatoes and carrots. I will add them to my blender here. I'm also going to be adding the coriander leaves and few curry leaves and blend it to a fine paste. Okay, now we're ready to light our stove and get this. Here I have the blended carrot, tomato, coriander and curry leaves. You can add the green chili or omit it if you don't like spicy. I'm adding the dal water. Keep the flame medium to low and add the tamarind pulp. So I'm adding the little extra water. I rinsed out my blender and I'm adding some extra water to this. No point in losing all those lovely flavors. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, salt to taste, and here we have our special rasam powder. Now you could do without it. I'm using a store-bought rasam powder. You could make your own rasam powder if you like, or you could just use a little cumin powder and some pepper powder instead. A store-bought rasam powder makes life easier for you. So I'm adding a tablespoon of that. This is different from your regular rasam because this is going to be a little thicker, a soupy consistency. This is going to be of a soupy consistency. So we'll just wait and let it boil for some time. At this stage, I'm also adding a little jaggery powder here. This is completely optional. You can increase or decrease the jaggery powder according to your taste levels. Generally, a pinch of sweet to a spicy dish will balance out the flavors. Let us just cover this and let it boil for at least a minute or two. Let us remove the lid when it comes to a good boil. Okay, this has come to a very good boil right now. Our rasam is really ready. All it requires is a good tempering or tadka on it. Let us switch this off and place a pan for the tadka. I am adding a good teaspoon of ghee here. I recommend using ghee and not oil for the tadka. That gives it a lot of flavor. Now I'm using half a teaspoon of sarson, jeera and a few methi dana. I'm going to switch off the stove and add my red chili and a few curry leaves. Let it fry till it splutters. Add the all the deliciousness into the rasam, hot piping rasam. Give it a stir and our heavenly rasam is ready to be served. Any South Indian family rasam would be a combination of rasam would be with rice. But today I am going to show you some different combinations that you can try out. Rasam works very well as a good appetizer. So you can serve it in a cup. Maybe add a dollop of butter and maybe serve it with some chips or some sliced bread or something, or pav or something, so that you works very well on a rainy morning or a winter morning. The other option is you can also serve it with some dalia for a light meal. So I have this regular dalia here, a cup of dalia that I have boiled and kept aside, and if you have children at home or elderly or people who are just recovering from a fever and they don't want any heavy food, a bowl of rasam and dalia or rasam and rice or rasam and cooked suji works very well. Don't forget to add a little ghee on the top, and this makes up for a light, delicious meal. So you can of course always serve it with some papad or chips. Hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Thank you for watching. Do let us know how you like the recipe in your comments. Also, do not forget to like, subscribe and press on the bell icon.